Today I'm going to be going over a few basic tools I like to use in my little shop here. Of course I have my paint booth, which I don't have set up quite yet because I'm not using that today. One of the handiest things you'll ever find is this little vise right here. It's got two jaws. You get a large jaw, you get a small jaw. This is a tooth jaw, so if you need to work on any kind of metal, flat steel, or anything like that, that works out really well. But today we're going to use this for a deburring tool. This is just your regular Dremel that everybody should have. You get one of these flexible extensions. These things are fantastic. All I've done is I've wrapped my handle with a little bit of toolbox material just to keep this stable. You don't clamp it down hard because you're going to end up crushing this and bending the bearings in there and binding it all up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be deburring some cut coat hangers that I'm going to be using for a jig. I have this Kenworth here. This thing will not fit into my paint booth with the jig that I had because it was far too tall. All we have here is a block of wood, 3 screws, 2 down and 1 up. As you can see the indentation of where the old coat hanger was. You can bend this in almost any position that you want. You can hold everything from a little AFX car to that Kenworth right there, and anything in between, depending on what kind of wires you use. These little holes in the top, I'm going to be doing figures later for an IMC Benz patent wagon, so I have to paint Mrs. Benz and the boys. So I've made these so I can stick the figures on the end of them. Let's drill a hole up through their foot and just stick the peg right through the hole there, and it'll hold nice and tight. Well, it works like any kind of grinder. Just want to take the edges off these because you don't want to be grabbing a hold of that and then getting stabbed in the hand with these. And plus it makes it a lot easier to get these pegs in and out of your work. It's all nicey nice. These are these old cut up coat hangers. And while you certainly don't need a clamp to do this, I've come equipped only with 2 hands today. What you do is you mark your center, put it in the clamp, you bend it up, and you bend it back over. Bend it up, bend it back over. And there's your base. Clearly I didn't go in the center, but that's okay, it's close enough.
Bootstraps, bootstraps.
And you tighten down your screws and you're good to go. I'm going to try to set this phone up here. Good, the old coffee cup. The old coffee cup stand. And you just take a piece, set it in here. You bend these to any adjustment that you need. I'm going to have to cut these down a little bit, I think. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bend them this way and then up. This way and then up. And then up. That way and then up. There we go, perfect. I can get it all the way around. And with the car, I just fold these in half and then bend them out to where the shape will fit the car. Another nice tool to have is a good set of Dremel bits, tools, grinding wheels, cutters, polishers, and there's a buffing wheel right here. It's always essential that you get a set of chucks. There's 4 different chucks. I think that was $11 on Amazon or someplace. And the tool I really, really like is this real simple dog and cat claw tool. I just took off the snout, put a new collet into it, and now it makes a beautiful buffing wheel. And to buff out this, this is Ford Galaxy Silver. It's mostly a flat paint. It's supposed to have a clear coat on it, but I'm using it only for a primer, so it's pretty rough. I don't really care what it actually looks like because it's going to be a primer. Watch how nicely this comes out. What I should probably do is put this in my rack. There, that's a little more stable. Like any tool, any power tool, if you catch an edge, it's going to run, it's going to damage the finish. So you want to make sure that you always keep it moving so it doesn't burn through your paint. And you got to make sure that you don't catch an edge. And that is the difference between the two. It comes out nice and shiny rather than flat. I've already done this side. Like I said, it's just a primer, so it's kind of uneven and it's kind of rough. I really don't care. It's going to look nice.